Hey everybody, welcome to Hockey Skate Down. Before we get into the video, I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers. If you want to join our hockey team, it's free. Click subscribe, hit the notification bell to all. Thank you all so much, and let's get started. So I want to do a video on Toronto Maple Leafs. I was watching the Leafs and Canes game tonight, and during the second intermission, they were doing a segment where Buchagras and Callahan were asking Kevin Weekes questions, certain hot topics around the league, and being that the Toronto Maple Leafs haven't gotten off to that impressive start, the question came up to Kevin Weekes: is Sheldon Keefe on the hot seat? And Kevin Weekes answered, TBD, to be determined. So I want to do a video on talking about this because the Toronto Maple Leafs have turned around the past couple of games. They had an impressive victory tonight. They've been playing pretty well. So I don't think the route is to fire Sheldon Keefe. I think he's a great coach, especially for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And he's had a very, very impressive record with them. So I don't think that's the answer, but with Kyle Dubas trying to make some trades to better the team, he hasn't been able to do so. So what has happened in the past, they have fired the coach as a result when they can't make a trade to spark the team. So I don't think that's the route the Maple Leafs take. I think with Kyle Dubas being in the end of his contract with this year, everything's going to get magnified to what decisions he makes going forward. So it's going to be everything leading on from this point now is going to be a question mark with Kyle Dubas and what is he going to do to help the team out. So I don't think Sheldon Keefe's firing is going to happen. So, let's talk about it. So tonight's 3-1 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. The Maple Leafs currently sit 7-4-2 for 16 points. They're currently riding a 3-game winning streak with points in their last 4 games. They had a 4-3 overtime loss to the Ducks. I know that one stung a bit. They had a 5-2 win over the Philadelphia Flyers. They had a 2-1 win over the Boston Bruins, and that was an impressive victory and a game that they could look back on. And tonight's 3-1 victory to the Carolina Hurricanes. So looking at Sheldon Keefe's record, going back and talking about that, in 2021-2022, he coached them in 82 games, 54 wins, 21 losses, 115 points. For his career with the Toronto Maple Leafs, he coached them in 197 games, 122 victories, 122 wins, 54 losses, 21 overtime losses. So he's had an impressive run with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And even John Tortorella went out and spoke about this. He said, from watching and coaching against him, he's a terrific coach. I hope he jams it to you all. And I know every fan can hear John Tortorella saying that. He said, I hope he jams it to you all. Quite honestly, I have a tremendous amount of respect for him. He's really a good coach, and you guys don't have a clue what he does for that team. So, I agree with him. But with the Toronto Maple Leafs, they're good. Their big-name players are producing, but the thing is that they lack is secondary scoring as of now. Their D hasn't been really chipping in offensively, and their goaltending has been a huge concern. So, looking at the players who's really stood out so far, Tavares has played in 13 games, 8 goals, 7 assists, 15 points. He's gotten off to a hot start, and in the past couple of games, he's really lighting it up. Mitch Marner, 13 games played, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. And I know the knock on Mitch Marner is, you're looking at his goal column, and he doesn't put up a lot of goals. But he is over a point per game place to start the year. Austin Matthews, 13 games played, 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. A lot of people are asking why aren't his goal totals higher, but Austin Matthews, once he gets going more, he will put up more goals and be pushing that 60-goal mark again. Nylander, 13 games played, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Morgan Rielly in 13 games, 0 goals, 9 assists, 9 points. And these are the players you want to see more out of. Players like Bunting, 13 games played, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. But when you're watching Bunting, he's doing other things out there. He's hitting. He's being physical. He's forechecking, and he's sticking up for his line mates. And that's what you want to see when a player isn't chipping in offensively. You want to see what else he's doing to help out on the defensive end. Kerfoot, 13 games played, 1 goal, 4 assists, 5 points. Yarncrook, 13 games played, 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. And you want secondary scoring. You can't just leave it up to your big-name players to be producing night in, night out. You need secondary scoring throughout your lineup. And especially on your defense, you want your defensemen to chip in a bit more. Sandin, 13 games played, 0 goals, 3 assists, 3 points. Giordano, 13 games played, 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points. And TJ Brody, 13 games played, 0 goals, 2 assists, 2 points. But the main concern is in net. Matt Murray went down in the beginning of the year, and but Sheldon Keefe says that Matt Murray's return is on the horizon. He will join the Maple Leafs for practice on Tuesday, so give him a couple of practices to get going, and I'm sure he'll be in the lineup rather than later. But the big concern is Ilya Samsonov. He went down with an injury, and he was playing pretty impressive. He had a 6-2 record. Ilya Samsonov underwent tests to determine the severity of his injury, so hopefully it's not as bad as everybody is anticipating, because he was playing really well before he went down with an injury. So the Toronto Maple Leafs went out and signed goaltender Keith Petruzzelli to a 2-year entry-level NHL contract. He's a big 6'6" goalie. He has a 6-0 record this season in the AHL for the Marlies with a .921 save percentage and a 2.31 GAA. So hopefully he can put up those numbers playing for the Toronto Maple Leafs. It's going to be up to him and Kallgren to really step up and steal some victories while Murray and Samsonov return and get their health back up. So that's the thing. You know, they need good goaltending. They need some more secondary scoring and the defensemen to chip in. So can the Maple Leafs get it done? You know, I think they're a good team. You know, I like what they've done in the offseason. I still anticipate Kyle Dubas to do more throughout the year and try to add some pieces to help them for a playoff push, but I do not think firing Sheldon Keefe is the answer. And when I heard that question, I kind of laughed about it, because the Toronto Maple Leafs have been a team over the past couple of years that need some time to get going, and I'm sure this is the case of this, and they need healthy goaltending, and they need some more secondary scoring to help those big names out. So comment below what you think about this. What do you think about that question that was asked to Kevin Weeks about firing Sheldon Keefe? Comment below and let me know. And thank you for watching. I really appreciate your time. Smash that like button. If you haven't done so, subscribe to the Hockey Skate Down. It's free. And join our hockey team. Thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day. Have a great night. Take it easy. Stay safe.